trying a new format, trying to improve our process, and get input from the public. So thanks for coming tonight. And we have three speakers tonight. Before we start though, you'll notice we're a smaller board. Three of our board members had good reasons to be absent, so unfortunately we're missing them tonight, but fortunately we're live streaming so they can hear the public comments later. I'm grateful though we didn't get 4 members because this is the bare minimum we need for a quorum. So we were confirming this afternoon that we had indeed 4 members. If you don't mind, we're going to ask folks to speak here by this table. We have tables, you can put them there. And then just please speak in a loud voice because we are live streaming, like I said, and that's the microphone. So we want to make sure we can hear you. So first up, Adrian Melby.
Right.
Well, I'm sure you guys have all spoken before. Don't forget the 3 minutes, and Barry here will raise his hand.
Right.
It's 2.5.
Right. Yes, our policeman. Thank you.
Sergeant Arm.
All right. Good evening, school board members. I'm here once again to speak on ICS, the equity audit consulting firm that Burlington is currently working with. I just officially ordered the book written by Colleen Capper and Elise Fritura, Leading for Social Justice. We are in a dire situation, in my humble opinion. We have a board that has already relinquished some of their control to our superintendent, who was the principal in Middleton Cross Plains, who has not only worked with ICS before and knows exactly what will come down from this consulting firm, but he's also the one who worked hard to eliminate the Jesus lunch. And I've actually spoken with Melissa Hellbach from Middleton Cross Plains, if anybody has any questions about that. The process for ICS taking over a school district seems formulaic and has been repeated in Middleton Cross Plains, Mequon, Thiensville, and Elmbrook. The goal under ICS is to neuter the school board so as to ensure that the board will rubber stamp all the initiatives of the administration who are pushing the ICS agenda. Based on the experiences of school districts in Wisconsin that are at different stages of implementing ICS, the methodology appears to be: 1, it begins with pressuring the school board about racism present in the district. 2, the pressure will lead to an equity audit, which is more or less where we're at, which will be performed by ICS Equity. This audit is designed to find any disparities by race, gender, etc., and the equity audit always shows that ICS Equity's help is desperately needed. 3, with the disastrous equity audit, ICS will offer its services by providing a workshop for the school board. The emphasis will be with the school board members over the administration of the district, as it will typically be the administration who is promoting ICS Equity. Often the administration will have some previous connection with ICS Equity. 4, having tackled the school board, ICS Equity will begin the process of developing the equity non-negotiables, which are things that they will not negotiate on, that our school district will have to comply with, by forming a team of known leaders for social justice. 5, the impact on the teaching in the school is significant. All advanced, remedial, and special needs programs will be discouraged, diminished, and eventually just terminated. All curriculum will be vertically aligned to push the extreme social justice views of CRT, promoting divisive identity politics and activism. The inevitable decline in competencies and ability will first be masked by eliminating grading and report cards and replace them with a general purpose summary of what all students are supposed to be learning. The district will become more and more aggressive in taking over all aspects of the children's lives and will be invasive in the personal lives of the families. Official communication from the district will start talking about raising the students. Thank you, officer. Hudson School District Equity Audit, July 1st, 2021, if anybody's interested in reading their conclusion from Hudson.
Okay. Next, Aaron Melby.
Didn't have too much to say tonight. I've already said it. In terms of, I did want to speak on the public comment forum, this particular setup. I want to express dissatisfaction with this particular way that it's set up. When I first heard about it, I thought that you guys might be looking to set up more like an interactive approach where we could ask questions, and I know the school board used to do coffee with the board. I think that kind of thing is a great idea. I thought this might be something more like a town hall forum where we might be able to ask questions, the board could be able to respond. I would love to see something more like that. Otherwise, I don't really see the point of separating the two. It's just another night that if we want to be involved or at the meeting, it's another night that you guys have to be here, it's another night that we have to be here, and nothing's really changed. I get that if things got out of hand, you would be able to continue the meeting. I get the separation there, but I also feel like it would be important for parents to be active at the official school board meeting and productive business. I also wanted to mention the audits again as those reports come in. My wife touched on a lot of that stuff. But as those reports come in, I'd like you to just really take into consideration what they're saying and what we can do without necessarily hiring those firms or outsourcing. But you've got a lot of people, capable people in BASD that can handle that stuff. And then again, I want to reiterate from previous meetings, I'd like to see a platform where curriculum can be put online, like syllabi for what teachers are teaching, and so that the public can access that and view what curriculum is in what classrooms, and so we can be aware of that and interact with teachers if we have any questions about that. That's it. Thanks.
Last up, Ryan Milner.
All right. Good evening, board. As we close in on the completion of our district audits, I want to provide a reminder to you that you are under no obligation to rush to implement any of the recommendations put forth by ICS Equity, as there is no time bounding around when the plan needs to be submitted to DPI, only that BASD will submit one. All recommendations from the audit need to be put under the lens of whether the implementation of the recommendation will lead to increased student achievement, an increased sense of student belonging, preparedness for working in a global economy, and improving students' critical thinking skills. This is the lens any and all recommendations from the audit need to be reviewed under. Any recommendations evaluated to not be additive to the preparation of our students for life in the workforce are just distractions to the overall mission of educating students and should not be accepted. Additionally, I want to refresh everyone's memory on the failure ICS recommendations have been for school districts. Asheville, North Carolina went from the 5th worst achievement gap between white and black students to the largest achievement gap after a 3-year engagement with ICS. Elmbrook School District stopped all of their equity work that dated back to 2012 because students were feeling less included, not more, and their achievement gaps were growing. While I believe you all have the best interests of our district in mind, caution in moving forward with recommendations is needed to ensure our students do not suffer the same fate as those two districts. I will end with this. I moved my family to Burlington over 18 years ago because of the reputation of the school district as being one of the best. Due to job transfers, I moved away for about 4.5 years. I was surprised to come back and see the state our district had fallen into. 18 years ago, we never would have thought about needing an equity audit. As I've gotten more involved with the school district and in the issues surrounding it, I can see how we've gotten to this point. A recent response from a board member regarding removal of explicit quotes stated it wasn't that board members' place to impart their morality. Another response on the same topic was outlining the policy needed. There was a policy that needed to be followed in order to get the materials reviewed. Nobody's asking for imparting of individual morality. We're asking for appropriate material for our students. We are seeking leadership from a board that has the ability to amend policy or to vote to at least suspend it for a large-scale review effort that has been requested so we can have appropriate materials for our students. Our test scores continue to fall year after year. Parents continue to feel unheard. I have a sense of pride in this town, its people, our schools, and our school board. And it saddens me to see that the issues of our district do not seem to be getting resolved or getting any better. I urge you to proceed with caution with this ICS equity audit and the recommendations that come from it. Thank you.
Thank you. So that's it for our citizen comments this evening. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, 1 second.
Yeah.
Just to address Aaron. This is our first kick at the cat with this, and I think it could become more interactive, like the coffee with the board. And I attended a ton of those coffee with the board on particular topics that were important to me at the time. And they weren't very well attended. So I think the more we can develop this interaction and discussion, one of the things that we talked about is having action items, so that after we've discussed this, kind of something that comes back says, these are items that we're going to discuss at a later date. These are things that we're not. And then it was actually brought up that we maybe do a survey after and say, okay, 2, 3, 4 times down the road, it's something real simple like, did your question get answered? Do you feel like it was worthwhile? And that's something we often discuss. I didn't discuss with everybody here, but something that I talked about with some other people, and I think it'd be good so that you do know that we did hear, and this is why a response or didn't respond. I think that's important. I think the interactions, and I think we'll get more and more people involved in a calm manner to be able to understand the dialogue between board, administration, and the people that actually goes in.
Yeah, and I mean, I think if the public saw that there was interaction here with the board, they would be more likely to show up.
Yeah.
I mean, because otherwise, you come with a concern. Maybe some people have grave concerns, and they come to the board, and you get your 3 minutes, and that's it, and then it's over, and you don't have any idea if anybody cared or heard you or anything. So I think really important.
Or why it didn't become an agenda.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Some kind of response.
Something we feel that way. We don't call somebody to say something to them.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
Second.
Okay. And we have motions made and seconded. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. All right, we're adjourned.